driving, even other smokers. No cravings, irritability, or weight gain. You walk in a smoker and you walk out free. Only $59.99 or your money back. Stop Smoking Seminar Saturday, July 18th, the Hilton Garden Inn Cajun Dome at 2 p.m. Weight loss at 11 a.m. Sign up at alexgoen.com. That's ALEXGOEN. alexgoen.com.
It's 9 a.m. You just received a voicemail from your boss.
Hey, Janet. Heads up. We got an important meeting coming up Thursday. The big guys are coming into town, so I need you in charge of lunch, and we've got to look good.
Luckily for Janet, she knows a place, and she knows her boss will be impressed.
Honey Baked Ham can cater your next event. Delicious and freshly sliced deli trays, box lunches with sandwich, chips, and dessert. Or try our fresh salad boxes and the perfect touch with a meat and cheese tray. Honey Baked Ham Company.
Need peace of mind with your estate planning? Turn to Beal & Hebert, your trusted hometown lawyers. At Beal & Hebert, we make estate planning simple and stress-free, ensuring your legacy is secure and your future is in the right hands. Don't wait. Schedule your consultation today at BealHebert.com. That's BealHebert.com. Safeguarding your tomorrow today.
Live from Upper Lafayette, this is ESPN 1037 KLWB Carencro Lafayette, KLCJ-FM Oak Grove Lake Charles 1041, a Delta Media station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up.
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we got to go fast now.
The Houston Astros welcoming the Cleveland Guardians tonight for the first of a 3-game weekend set. Cleveland will go with Tanner Bybee on the mound opposite of Tetsuya Imai for the Astros. First pitch is at 7:10 tonight at Dyken Park, and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles. In the World Cup, it's another full day of matches with the United States starting off the day with Australia in group play. The U.S. and the Socceroos sit atop the Group D standings, with the U.S. holding the advantage on goal differential. Kickoff between Australia and the United States is at 2 p.m. this afternoon from Seattle. Following that, Scotland will face Morocco at 5 p.m., Brazil will play Haiti at 7:30 p.m., and Turkey and Paraguay will close out the day at 10 p.m. At Shinnecock, the U.S. Open had to suspend play due to darkness yesterday evening. All players affected by the first-round suspension will resume their rounds at 6:35 this morning, with the rest of the tee times for the day being pushed back 15 minutes. LSU baseball got a big boost yesterday when left-hander Braxton Beatty announced he would be pulling his name from the MLB draft and enrolling at LSU this summer. Perfect Game has Beatty as the number 3 overall left-handed pitcher in the 2026 class, and he'll now not be draft eligible again until after his junior season. Also for LSU baseball, sophomore center fielder Derek Curiel was named a Gold Glove recipient by the American Baseball Coaches Association. Curiel is now the 6th Tiger to receive a Gold Glove award and joins the likes of Dylan Cruz and Alex Bregman. I'm Blake Purser, and you're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you. This is ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. This is 2 hours of sports talk like none other. Footnotes with the man who speaks his own language.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Your host, Kevin Foote.
Welcome into Footnotes. You are listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette, 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. On this Friday, it was, it's always kind of weird. You kind of, when your team starts win a little bit, you want them to play, but you also enjoy a day off. So it was probably good that I had a day off yesterday, and we'll see how the Astros can do this weekend against the Guardians. I was saying yesterday, normally I have a real good reason to be worried. The only thing that I'm worried about right now going into this series is I have too good of a feeling going into it. That always makes me a little uncomfortable. We have too good of a feeling. The Astros in recent years have had a lot of success against the Guardians. They beat them 2 out of 3 when they were playing terrible. They went to Cleveland and beat them 2 out of 3 and really should have won all 3 games earlier this year. I think that was in May sometime, if I remember correctly. And the Guardians have lost their best player momentarily, and Jose Ramirez is out. So, you know, you play a team that you typically have success against, and they don't have their best player. You feel good about it. The only thing that you don't feel good about is that Imai is pitching.
Yeah.
That cat.
Or if the Piper.
I mean, you have no idea what he's going to do. Really, the Pipers should be in our favor because Imai, I mean, he didn't even get out in the first inning the last time.
Yeah, but you got to think you own Cleveland. They're without their best player.
Yeah,
maybe you know.
I mean, it's not, you know, we didn't sweep. It's not like we have like this 12-game winning streak again. We just normally win the series against them. And we have swept them before in recent years. But it's just, I don't know. They always seem to play well against them. That Martinez guy is a guy I don't like. They need to not let him beat them in this series. Like when Jose Ramirez is in the lineup, you don't want him to beat you. And now it's that cat Martinez. He always seems to hit 1 or 2 home runs since he's made it up. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Do you feel – I know we're going to have our poll question as a foodie poll question of the week, but do you feel any different? Our poll question yesterday is who's going to win the College World Series between Oklahoma and North Carolina, and my answer was I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
do you feel any different? Are you more likely to answer a different, have a more conviction on an answer today?
I mean, yesterday I said North Carolina. This morning I said Oklahoma. So that pretty much means I still don't really know.
Yeah.
But I mean, just Oklahoma feels like the team of destiny. I mean, how they've gotten here, what they've done on the path here. It's hard to pick against them right now.
You know, we've had some examples like this cat, Jabe from Troy.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing nothing until, well past midseason. I mean, doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, he just goes on this tear. And that's kind of what Oklahoma's offense has been.
Yeah.
Where they really were one of the worst offenses in the SEC. And, they finished 10th in homers in the SEC out of 14. And then all of a sudden down the stretch, I mean, they weren't even hot going into the tournament. They got beat by LSU in the first game of the SEC tournament. They weren't playing that great going into the SEC tournament.
No.
And then all of a sudden they just started hitting home runs like crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were, really bad at the beginning of the season and then were riding super hot going into the conference tournament and, just picked it up at the end and they got in off of that. No, they did just enough to get in, but they were not great at any point.
Yeah, it's almost like they found
season.
some Sammy bat somewhere. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I hope, again, I think for the most part, I look at Oklahoma as a baseball team, North Carolina definitely as a baseball team. And I hope that we have 2 or 3 good baseball games. And there's nothing wrong with a home run here or there, but hopefully it's just not home run. Like, I'd like to see someone execute, like, a hit. The bases are, loaded. You get a hit. You get a hit and run. You go from first to third. You get them home on a sacrifice fly. Baseball.
Call that timely hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2-out hit up the middle.
That's what you,
that kind of thing.
That's what you want to see. Offense is great, but I'm like you. When it's a high-scoring affair,
it's just home run. I mean, it's just all. But anyway, I don't want to keep belaboring that point. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like, I think yesterday I was kind of by a smidge leading to a North Carolina. I'm kind of like you. And then today I'm like, this destiny thing, it's hard to argue with that.
It really is.
Once it gets to this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to argue with it. So we'll see. Anxious to see what happens there. I'm not liking the way the U.S. Open's going so far. Yesterday I was feeling pretty good about it. And then now Clark's at 6 under. Now, I mean, through 7. So, he could double bogey the next hole. Who knows? And everything kind of go back in a good direction, at least in my point of view. But you got Clark at 6 under. Mao is 3 under in a 3-way tie with Fitzpatrick and Johnson. Then you've got three-way tie for 5th with Stevens and McGreevy and Connors, and then like I don't know, 12 or 13, whatever it is, way tie for 8th.
Yeah, what happened? I thought Shinnecock was supposed to be the hardest course they played. Now we got guys shooting 64, 66.
Yeah, there's a little too much good shooting taking place for a U.S. Open. Again, I don't like the direction it's going, but it might change, and the wind can change that. The weather, I hadn't really kept on top of what the weather's supposed to be like tomorrow or anything, but we'll see what happens. But no, 6 is a little high for me. Almost midway through round 2 for the leader in Clark. A lot of American flags up there, though, of the first, I don't know, what is this? 8 of the top.
Yeah, I see one.
8 of the top 12 that I see are, American. So,
yeah, you got Matt Fitzpatrick from England, Corey Connors from Canada, Nicholas Norgard, Norway, and then John Rahm at 1 under. He's tied for 9th, the Spaniard.
All right, so if anybody makes any runs, we'll certainly keep you up to date on that as the morning and the show goes on. We've got our Footnote Summer Project, the last day. Had someone suggest a good one to me that we hadn't mentioned yet yesterday. We'll get to that probably in the next segment. But for now, what is our foodie poll question of the week?
Yes, so it is, which frozen treat reigns supreme? Ice cream, sherbet, popsicle, or snowball?
All right, so when was the last time you ate sherbet or was around someone who ate sherbet?
I probably have eaten it within the past 6 months. I like sherbet. I'm a big rainbow sherbet guy.
So I've certainly heard of sherbet my whole life. I guess I've eaten it a few times. I just don't I'm just trying to what goes into the, okay, what am I going to get today? I'm going to get sherbet. What goes into that decision?
It's fruity flavors. You'll have a strawberry or lime or, orange, raspberry. So it's kind of like if you don't want that heavy feeling of ice cream, I mean, I guess you could have also thrown in frozen yogurt on this, but it's got the consistency of ice cream, but the flavors of, fruit.
It's kind of the ice cream version of a popsicle.
Kind of, yeah. So if you prefer, if you go to the candy aisle and you grab a pack of Skittles over a Snickers bar, you might prefer sherbet over ice cream.
I don't like Skittles.
Well, I'm just using that as
right.
an analogy.
No, that's good. And again, I don't remember eating it and saying, "Oh, this is nasty," because it wasn't.
It's delicious.
I just have never, I think I'm gonna have sherbet today. It's just never come to me.
I promise you, if you had a bowl, you'd love it. It's so good. It's underrated, and I don't know why people think it's gross or if it has a stigma.
No, it's just not anything that's ever in my repertoire. It's I've never said I want sherbet today. Let's go get some sherbet. I've just never done it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the marketing of ice cream. Big ice cream's got a hold on this whole deal, so it can't compete. But it's still there. Because
I love ice cream, and I like snowballs, snow cones, whatever you call them.
What do you call it?
I'm not all elitist on that. Coconut. Got to have coconut.
Coconut. Okay. But you call it, do you just, depends on the day, you'll call it a snowball or a snow
cone?
No,
I never call it a snowball, but I understand that for a lot of people, that's a big thing for them.
See, I'd only heard people call it snow cone on
my whole
TV
life.
shows.
Well, no, I've always called it a snow cone.
Okay. I've always called it a snowball. I mean, I don't, you call it whatever you want. I think they're delicious.
Ironically, I was telling some people at church Wednesday because they asked me about my job here. I'm like, I've had 3 jobs, well, I guess 4 with radio, my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked at the paper, the Advocate or the Advertiser, since I was a junior in high school. And then before that, I worked for one summer at Luther's Barbecue over there by Cajun Field. What is now Agave.
Yeah.
And then my first job was at a snow cone stand. And I don't say a snowball stand. I say a snow cone stand.
Okay. I mean, look, that's a good bit of the foot
Which,
lore.
a good little point of trivia, was owned by Jacques Doucet's dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could not imagine going to the window to get a snow cone and you opening it up, staring back at me.
Look, I can and it's just amazing. It's just how your mind works. When I hear a song that was the big hit when I was working at the snow cone stand that summer, I'll say that's a snow cone stand song. And the number one hit was Betty Davis Eyes. That's way before your time.
That's a great song.
Ago. But yeah, Betty Davis Eyes was number one at that summer when I was working at the snow cone stand. But, I like a lot of different. I mean, I've had a lot of different, but you asked me, like, hey, if I go to a snow cone stand right now, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get coconut.
Coconut. Okay, that's an interesting choice. It
tastes good.
It does taste good.
And two, if you're a sloppy eater like me, when you spill on yourself, it's clear, and so you don't get it all over. So it's kind of got double entendre sauce.
No, yes, of course. I mean, there are some other flavors that you can get clear. Wedding cake, I think wedding cake is clear.
Yeah, I'm not a big wedding cake guy. I used to like Popeye. Well, back then I liked ice cream was my favorite.
Okay.
Which is really sweet. It's yellow. You never had an ice cream snow cone?
I don't.
Not ice cream in your snow cone, but the ice cream flavor snow cone.
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's good, sweet. Popeyes was green like spinach, but it was really sweet.
Okay.
I like blackberry and spearmint too.
Spearmint, okay. I love the spearmint flavor.
Yeah, I like spearmint, but again, I've had all those and I like them, but 9 times out of 10, I'm getting coconut.
See, I'm gonna go Polar Punch, Tiger Blood, or Hurricane. Those are my 3.
Like I said, when I go to a burger place, I get the number one most of the time.
You're not getting into flavors that don't have the fruits and the name is something completely different than what it is. Yeah.
And what is this Bloody Mary one?
No, Tiger Blood.
Tiger Blood.
I actually don't really even know what it's.
Is it like cherry or strawberry?
So I just Googled it. It's a sweet tropical blend of strawberry and watermelon with a subtle hint of coconut.
Coconut, yeah.
I mean,
watermelon's good too.
Watermelon is good.
Yeah.
But that sounds amazing, right?
Yeah, that sounds good, like a pina colada kind of thing.
Exactly. It's summertime. You need something like that. And as for Polar Punch, it is blue raspberry and fruit punch.
What? I don't get the fascination with blue raspberry. Some people love that stuff.
I do too.
Raspberry.
I love it. But the thing is,
not a big blue raspberry.
It's not a real thing. There's no blue raspberry.
Well, again, I don't hate it, and it's not. If I ate it, I would it's okay. But I would never say I want blue raspberry.
Maybe it's a younger generation thing because that's like the first flavor to go when anybody gets Skittles or Starburst. If there's a blue raspberry in there, that's the first to go. Jolly Ranchers too.
Yeah, no. I'll say no on that. All right, we'll take a timeout. You got to have a little fun. But I don't know. Was your answer ice cream? What was your answer was sherbet.
Sherbet or Snowball. That's what I'm going to go with.
I don't know. I eat more ice cream than snow cones, but I like them.
You are in the majority then, because that's at 58.3. Sherbet and Snowball tied at 16.7. Popsicle, 8.3 in last.
Now, I tell you, we've been buying these popsicles lately that I don't know what, it's a it says Sunkissed on it, but it's not like a normal ice popsicle. It's more like a
cream?
Like a slushy. No, not slushy. What are those things called? Smoothie. It's kind of like a smoothie popsicle. They're smoother than the ice, and they're really good.
Is it like a push pop kind of deal?
Yeah, you push it, like a normal popsicle you put in the freezer, but they're not as icy and they're more smoothie-ish.
Yeah, it's not sugar, water, and food coloring.
And it's I don't know, I kind of like them.
I mean, that sounds good. I'm gonna have to look for that.
We'll take a timeout and be back.
This is Footnotes, live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
With storm season approaching, ESPN 103.7 Lafayette, 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station, and Mid-South Power Solutions in Crawley brings you these hurricane safety tips. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people around the state that had to use some of these. Make sure to secure your home and bring in outdoor items. Have an emergency kit stocked with food, water, and medication. Know your evacuation routes. Listen to local authorities. Stay informed with a battery-powered radio. Remember, safety is in your hands. These hurricane preparedness tips are powered by Mid-South Power Solutions in Crawley, your local Generac dealer. Visit midsouthpowersolutions.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Palermo. Join us on Tuesday nights for Tiger Rag Radio. Myself, Todd Horn, and Glenn Gilbo give you the latest happenings in Tiger Town and across the SEC. We talk to coaches, analysts, and those in the know when it comes to the Tigers and the Southeastern Conference. We cover all the sports: football, baseball, basketball, softball, and gymnastics. That's Tuesday nights right here on ESPN 103.7 in Lafayette and 104.1 in Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Your Honor, I would like to introduce exhibit number 1.
MeTV is America's #1 classic television network.
There can only be one number 1, me.
MeTV features over 60 of the greatest classic TV series each week.
Go with the winner.
Enjoy dramas, comedies, westerns, sci-fi, and more.
You just watch me.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
MeTV is memorable entertainment television.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry.
No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices.
To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game. So I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Louisiana at highschoolofficials.com.
Community is when you walk in a business and they know you by name. These local businesses are proud to call Acadiana home. They're proud to be certified South Louisiana.
Brobridge Truck Stop Casino. We have the newest games around, hot seat drawings, and monthly specials like no one else. Located on the Brobridge Highway on the banks of the Vermilion River. Come on out today and try your luck at the Brobridge Truck Stop Casino.
This is Joel Fruget from Acadiana Prescription Shop, inviting you to experience the service and confidence of getting your prescription filled by people who know you and your healthcare needs. Our service is fast and always friendly.
Acadiana Prescription Shop, next to Champagne's in Lafayette's Oil Center.
Candyland Cottage Mining Company, where kids of all ages pan for treasure. Just part of the Candyland experience, featuring thousands of your favorite candies, hot dogs, ice cream, and snow cones. All the tasty things in life under one roof. Candyland Cottage.
Support your local community and shop certified South Louisiana.
You're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. Your home for the Houston Astros.
Welcome back to Footnotes on this Friday. Want to let you know, I don't know, have we announced this week? I don't remember. Maybe I did, but plan on about an hour from now getting reacquainted with our old coaching friend, Mr. Brent Indes, who, you know, he and I are about the same age. I think we graduated the same year, and he was been coaching for a long time in this area. Recently, he took a stint out east towards the Mississippi border at Lake Shore, and now he's back and at Abbeville High School. And so I just said, you know what, let's start talking to more high school coaches between now and obviously the start of the season once we get into late August and all. But just see how the transition is going for him. And plus, I always just enjoy talking football and stuff with Brent. So we'll be doing that in about an hour. All right. So we've got, as I said, we got off to kind of a slow start. I did get one that I'm surprised that we've done a lot of old school stuff. Namath and Don Maynard was the suggestion I got since yesterday's show, which is a good one. I am not a Jets fan or anything, but I do think Joe Namath gets a pretty bad rap. Like, historically, people look at his numbers and say, man, that guy was terrible. But I still think he threw about as pretty a deep ball as I've ever seen. And you have to understand that in that era, you know, it's more than just beat up the quarterback, which they could do. Like, he took a beating like a lot of the quarterbacks back then took a beating. But he threw deep all the time. I mean, between Sauer and Maynard, I mean, most of the highlights, they're throwing the ball way down the field. And I just don't think people that's what I talk about, putting things through a filter. Like, the people that look at the numbers and see all the interceptions he threw. Like, we all love Drew Brees. But if Drew Brees played in an era, I don't think he would be good. Not playing like they did then. Can you imagine if Drew Brees played in a system where you could pound the quarterback and like half or over half of your passes were 30 or 25, 20, 30 or more yards down the field? Like, how high would his completion percentage be if he was constantly firing the ball down the field and they could pound him?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with any, when you compare a player like from today to any generation previous, they played completely different at, all these different times where guys that work today probably wouldn't work back then. And guys that work back then may not work today.
It's just completely different. So again, you've got to, I get why people look at the numbers of like, well, they say Sonny Jurgensen was accurate because when I was a kid, they were all saying the most accurate passer around was Sonny Jurgensen. But his completion percentages didn't come close to what, Breeze and Manning and all these people that they do in this era. But again, you're playing a completely different game. And the offenses were not as sophisticated and as quarterback-proof as they are now. Like, it started kind of in the 80s and then into the 90s. And, all these easy completion passes, like Sean Payton kind of offense stuff, that people didn't do that in the 60s and 70s.
No.
I mean, there was a little bit of it, I guess. I mean, there were, they threw to Chuck Foreman and there were people that they threw to the backs a little bit. But it was nothing like it was. And most of it was about offense. It was like it was more like the 3-run homer approach. They were trying to beat you deep with the passing game. And they weren't trying to dink and dunk and do all the little small ball things that are part of offense now. And that are part of just about every offense now. And so it's just totally different. But no, I think Namath and Maynard is a good one for sure. I did get yesterday, we were talking about cornerback tandems. He was a unique individual, and this wasn't that long ago. You would remember this. Aqib Talib and Chris Harris for the Broncos, like for a couple years there. Like, Aqib Talib is one of the pick six leaders of all time in NFL history. Like, he was a unique character, and, he could get you in trouble off the field. But on the field, Harris and Talib, that was a pretty good combination for a couple years. And they were really good defensively. And so just one that Michelle reminded me of, not in this context, but she was talking about them recently and how good of a job he was at not just being an effective cover corner, but a pick six type guy.
I think that's a fair one to put on the list.
All right. Did you Yankees play last night?
Yes, we did. I was watching.
Did they win again?
Honestly, I think we did. I fell asleep early, and I was trying to watch the World Cup. Yeah. Let me double check for you.
No, actually, I think you lost last night, if I remember. To the White Sox.
Yeah, we lost 5-1 to the White Sox.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting weekend. The Braves got a little bit of break yesterday because they've been kind of reeling. They got swept in a doubleheader, and then they got rained out yesterday. Speaking of the rain, it's almost like, we heard all this talk about it's going to pour, and it never really poured here, but it poured on a lot of places around the state. I was looking, tornadoes and flooding in Houma and New Orleans area and Avoyelles Parish. Our friends, and look, Avoyelles Parish is not very far from here.
Yeah.
It's like less than an hour. And they had well over 20 inches of rain.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's just amazing how we got hardly nothing here, and less than an hour away, a lot of people's lives got changed.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the thing with tornadoes, where it's your house can get completely leveled, and then 2 streets over, it's completely fine.
Just flood. I was looking at some of the video yesterday. Awful.
That's terrible. Yeah, it's nuts. I think, honestly, I have a theory that we are so central that everything just goes left or right of us, or north or south. I feel like it happens all the time here.
Especially with hurricanes.
Yeah.
Like, we've gotten flooding before, obviously. But the just never seems to happen on the big hurricanes. But no, this area, the Lafayette area, got really spared. But going even into Texas and down in the bayou in the Houma area, Terrebonne Parish area, and I saw some video of flooding in Jefferson Parish, in New Orleans, and so it's definitely got a lot of people still to pray for around the state, and being thankful that we got spared here. But it is a lot of people that need help and prayer. And no, the rain, it didn't come here, but it came other places in boatloads, and that's not good.
No, it's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those summers where it feels like it rains every other day, and it's not a long rain. It's like 5 minutes and then done.
So last year, I don't know that we got any hurricane. I don't remember hurricanes being part. I don't remember having any serious scares. So does that mean?
Yeah, I don't. Now that I think about it, I really don't. At least not here.
Yeah, I don't remember having any real scares last year. So I don't know. Hopefully that means the opposite. That doesn't mean the opposite is going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully the Piper has no say in Mother Nature.
Well, we had a snowstorm in the winter, so we got maybe that replaced.
I could go for another
the
one
hurricane later in the summer.
Yeah, I could go for another one of those. I'd be okay with that.
You liked the snow?
Oh, I loved it. That was fantastic.
It's a good novelty.
But you only get it once, usually a year, and most of the time it's not even snow. It's ice.
Once every 50 years. It snowed in the 80s, and we've had a few flurries, but it was the most snow since the 73 snow. So it was.
That was like the most snow since we were Pangea and all one continent. Like, that was incredible.
It was a. Again, it was about a 50-year snow, yeah.
I'll take it again. I'll take it again.
I don't think you don't get 50-year snows every year.
Well, yeah, that's the point of it being a 50-year snow.
I don't think that's going to happen. But all righty, so no, we need to pray for people, and hopefully there's some people in our listening audience that could have a lot of bad issues. So we certainly need to, hopefully things go quickly and expediently in the cleanup process. We'll take a timeout and be back.
This is Footnotes, live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up.
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we got to go fast now.
The Houston Astros welcome in the Cleveland Guardians tonight for the first of a 3-game weekend set. Cleveland will go with Tanner Bybee on the mound opposite of Tetsuya Imai for the Astros. First pitch is at 7:10 tonight at Dyken Park, and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles. In the World Cup, it's another full day of matches with the United States starting off the day with Australia in group play. The U.S. and the Socceroos sit atop the Group D standings, with the U.S. holding the advantage on goal differential. Kickoff between Australia and the United States is at 2 p.m. this afternoon from Seattle. Following that, Scotland will face Morocco at 5 p.m., Brazil will play Haiti at 7:30 p.m., and Turkey and Paraguay will close out the day at 10 p.m. At Shinnecock, the U.S. Open had to suspend play due to darkness yesterday evening. All players affected by the first-round suspension will resume their rounds at 6:35 this morning, with the rest of the tee times for the day being pushed back 15 minutes. LSU baseball got a big boost yesterday when left-hander Braxton Beatty announced he would be pulling his name from the MLB draft and enrolling at LSU this summer. Perfect Game has Beatty as the number 3 overall left-handed pitcher in the 2026 class, and he'll now not be draft eligible again until after his junior season. Also for LSU baseball, sophomore center fielder Derek Curiel was named a Gold Glove recipient by the American Baseball Coaches Association. Curiel is now the 6th Tiger to receive a Gold Glove award and joins the likes of Dylan Cruz and Alex Bregman. I'm Blake Persher, and you're listening to ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is the proud winner of 4 2026 LAB Prestige Awards, including Best Use of Digital Media, Foot's Friday Fury, Best Live On-Site Remote for our Super Bowl Radio Row coverage, Best Promotion for our No Shave November initiative, and Radio Young Professional of the Year for Dawson Iserloh. We're proud of being Southwest Louisiana's sports station and are humbled to be recognized by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters.
Did you know you can get great tasting Clear Springs artesian water delivered to your office or your doorstep at home? Clear Springs is 100% local with their own bottling facility at the world-famous Kentwood Aquifer, no chemicals added. Just pure Kentwood, Louisiana artesian water. Clear Springs Water offers delivery of 5 or 3-gallon water service with a hot and cold temperature water cooler or even single-serve bottles delivered to your home or office. Easy to reach, clearsprings.net, then contact us tab or 337-519-3563. Looking for a great deal on golf this summer? Head to Farm Alley Golf Course for the Sizzlin' Summer Special. Every Tuesday through Thursday, tee off anytime between noon and 3:30 and enjoy 18 holes of championship golf, including a cart for just $55. That's unbeatable summer golf at an unbeatable price. Gather your friends, sharpen your game, and make the most of your afternoons at Farm Alley Golf Course. Book your tee time today and take advantage of the Sizzlin' Summer Special, only at Farm Alley.
Are you looking for an eye expert? Well, visit Acadiana Optics in Broussard, locally owned, founded, and operated by Broussard native Dr. Lindsay Dugas. From comprehensive eye exams for glasses and contacts to diabetic exams, pediatric eye care, emergency eye care, cataract and LASIK evaluations, Acadiana Optics provides family eye care for all vision needs. Enjoy state-of-the-art technology, designer frame selections, prescription Maui Jim sunglasses, and custom glasses and contacts. Acadiana Optics in Broussard. Call today to schedule your appointment.
BB's Auto Sales has been serving Acadiana since 1966. Cleanest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Need financing? No problem. BB's offers easy financing for all credit types, including in-house financing. Plus, they're paying top dollar for your trade. Voted top 3 dealership in Community Choice Awards 2 years in a row. Visit BB's Auto Sales, 2 convenient locations off Johnston Street and in Abbeville. BB'sAutoSales.com. Cleanest cars in Acadiana.
Oh, look who's here.
Everybody Loves Raymond is on MeTV.
Who told you that?
Raymond!
America's #1 classic TV network.
Nothing even comes close.
Enjoy 2 back-to-back episodes every weeknight.
We're doing it twice.
Watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, it's all about you, Raymond.
Weeknights starting at 8 on MeTV.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
Are you fluent in Footlish? Probably not, but not to worry. We're here to help with the Footlish Dictionary. The Cheaters. A team that always defeated the New Orleans Saints and cheated throughout the 90s, according to Kevin at least. Also known as the San Francisco 49ers. Now, back to the man with his very own language. Kevin Foote and Footnotes on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Welcome back to Footnotes. And as I'm trying to refresh the U.S. Open leaderboard, Wyndham Clark is still in first place at 6 under, but Connors is now 2 under on the day through 10 and is in a three-way tie with second place with Johnson and Fitzpatrick. So making a little bit of a run and at the top of the leaderboard. Still early on day, although they start so early.
Yeah.
What time did they tee off these last first?
So
like 6 o'clock our time or something?
It was
crazy?
like 6:30, which I guess would be 7 o'clock there. But I remember yesterday, I was trying to get stuff done for the 2-minute drill, and I honestly I wasn't watching the U.S. Open, and it was 7:15 here, and I'm looking, and they're on like hole 16, and I'm going, there's no way.
It's the deal.
It's 8:15 over there. There's no way they're gonna finish that.
Crazy. But anyway, it's we'll see. Just if anybody makes a big run, and we'll try to keep you alerted to that. All right, so it's Friday. Again, we got off to a slow start, but in the last 2 days, we've got a lot of suggestions, 2-hole rolls here. So we got to come up with a top 10. So to me, the first 2 weeks, the way that we started is to try to get a few, locks or.
Yeah, like guarantees.
Yeah, one that we feel like, or should be on there somewhere. So we'll have to do that pretty soon here. All right, let us head out to the ESPN hotline. Hello.
Yes, I have a couple of 1-2 punches.
Okay.
About Randy Gradishaw and Tom Jackson.
Wow. Yes. I like it. What was that 53 and 57?
I know they played 10 years together.
Yeah, they were good. Yes. Of course, Gradishaw is a very sore spot for me, but yeah.
Rush Grimm and Joe DeCobe.
Ooh, you see, I didn't like them, but I love the idea of getting some offensive linemen in there, some interior offensive linemen for the Redskins. But, yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Part of the Hogs.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. A lot of us remember Tom Jackson because he was Chris Berman's sidekick on covering the NFL and ESPN for years. But before that, he was obviously a really good linebacker, over 57 for the Broncos. And Gradishaw, I've told that, but, he recently went into the Hall of Fame. And he was, on that very sore. I say it was a sore spot for me as a Saints fan because I've told the story before that the Saints identified linebacker that year in the draft when he was a first-round draft pick and identified the school, Ohio State. And I don't remember if it was 13 or 14 or 14, 15, 15, 16, somewhere there in the middle of the first round. The Saints were drafting, then the Broncos. And the Saints took the wrong Ohio State linebacker, Rick Middleton. And, of course, the Broncos, with the very next picked the other Ohio State linebacker, Randy Gradishaw. And, of course, he had a decade or over of being an outstanding player and eventually made it to the Hall of Fame. Of course, the Saints didn't always choose the wrong one. Speaking of 57, about 6 years later, the Saints – the big one, a lot of people were, all the hype was around Hugh Green, who I think finished second in the Heisman Trophy balloting that year. And then the Saints in the second round, not the next pick, but in the second round, took Ricky Jackson, who turned out to be a way better NFL linebacker than Hugh Green and made the Hall of Fame. So, before you say, well, of course the Saints took the wrong one, they didn't always take the wrong one in those kind of situations. So we'll see how the recent draft picks pay off in that way. All right, let us head back to the ESPN hotline. Hello.
They're not going to make your top 10, but I think they're going to make your top 10 duo. It was a nemesis list. Henry Ellert and Flipper Anderson.
Oh, yeah. That was, as much as like Stafford has done and some of the quarterback, because the Rams have had a lot of success in this decade, like I think Jim Everett is still their all-time leading passer. And he I was at that game, the Flipper game in the Dome, and it's one of the most incredible quarter and a halves of football I think I've ever seen from an offensive standpoint. It's absolutely sickening. Yeah, but they were very good, no question.
Sebastian Janikowski and Shane Legler.
You know, someone brought up, was it James or Blake? One of them this week brought up kickers. And I'm like, I don't even want to go to kicker route. But you're right. That was a pretty good one. I mean, for a while, that was pretty good. I hope 10 years from now we're talking about the Saints' current kicker punter situation, because I'm a big special teams guy. But no, we haven't gone that route. But yeah, that's an interesting one.
A while back, man, when you worked across the tracks, Don Hudson's name used to come up, and He was like, he's the greatest receiver ever. I'm like, man, he didn't play against anyone. But I was thinking about him early in the week. I was like, who threw the ball to him? And I saw the guy, Herbert and Hudson. That was a nice duo, I guess. Arnie Herbert, Don Hudson.
Well, I need to find out. I mean, I know about Don Hudson because I've done some research on him, but I didn't know much about the quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that debate we had about Don Hudson.
Oh, I still use that one. When people say, who's the greatest wide receiver of all time, I say Don Hudson. And, if you look it up, they all talk about Babe Ruth hit all these home runs and that. Like, his numbers in his era was unbelievable, the difference between him and everybody else in the league. Like, he was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, I'm going to hang up, but I was thinking, but it's not going to make the list, but there was a nice little defensive tandem, man, on the line. Brian Young and Dana Stubblefield for the 49ers back in the mid-90s. That was a nice little combo, man. I know you don't care for the 49ers.
Right, but no, they were good. Yeah, no question they were good, yes.
Happy Juneteenth.
All right, thank you, sir. Ellard and Flipper. Ellard was kind of the Flipper. I don't know, historically, he didn't have a lot of longevity, but for 3 or 4 years, he was a huge big play receiver. And Ellard was just like the consummate professional guy, like just longevity, not super elite, but really steady for a pretty long period of time. So, no, he definitely was someone that Saints fans should, from that era, were aware of. I think we're in trouble on a top 10. Because the problem with this is, like in baseball, you had like 4 or 5 that were just like
clear cut.
Pretty clear cut. And even last week, I thought was tougher than the baseball week with college basketball. But there were 4 or 5 that were pretty,
pretty solid choices.
Yeah, pretty obvious. Like, that has to, like, can you name one? Like, that is just a definite clear cut. I have my favorites,
Yeah.
But I don't know that they're any better than a lot of these other ones.
I guess that we could do it where, we have quarterback, tight end, we have quarterback, receiver, with receiver tandem. We could do like the best one from each group that we think.
Might make it easier. I don't know if it's...
Or do 2 from each.
Man, no, this is going to be tougher than... Well, I don't have time to rattle off a list, but maybe in about an hour we'll rattle off the list a little bit and try to see if there's any things that would come. Because, again, so much of it is... I ran across a really old one, like really old. And like, this is like really old. And it's like arguably the greatest football name of all time.
Oh, all right.
And the other guy's name is up there. It would be in the discussion for like one of the best football names of all time.
All right.
this is way before any of our times, but you probably heard their names.
Okay.
And I think this guy's it's the greatest football name of all time. Bronco Nagurski.
That is a great one.
I mean, how do you get a better football name than Bronco Nagurski?
You don't. You just don't.
Get him. And his sidekick was Red Grange.
Yeah, that
sounds
sounds
like one of the most famous football names ever.
That's like
it
West.
wasn't even anywhere near my mind, but I was looking up something else having to do with one of our conversations, and I saw that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Bronco Nagurski and Red Grange.
That's like the actors from a spaghetti western, like an old West movie.
It's unreal.
Yeah, that's incredible. I would have never thought about that.
I've heard of both of them my whole football fan life.
Yeah.
But I had no idea we were teammates. I couldn't have even told you that.
That's fantastic, those two names.
Because I've always thought Bronco Nagurski is the best football name ever.
I mean, if it's not number one, I'd like to see number one.
Bronco Nagurski.
You
just like mean. Saying it.
Yeah, it sounds mean.
I wish Bronco Nagurski played either middle linebacker or guard for the Saints right now. That his name was Bronco Nagurski.
It is an incredible
It's a great name. Great football name. So I don't know. Maybe that needs to be on there just for how good the name was, and they're two legendary figures.
And you want to know where Bronco was from? Rainy River, Canada.
Oh, I kind of thought he was from Minnesota. He was from Canada?
Canada, but Rainy River is the name of his town.
And he played for the Chicago Bears? Who did that?
Let's see. Bronco played for, the Bears.
With Red Grange.
He went to college in Minnesota.
Well, that's where I got the Minnesota thing from. I didn't know he wasn't from Minnesota.
Yeah, he's from Rainy River, Canada. That's a great name.
That's funny.
Bronco Nagurski.
Bronco Nagurski. All right. I don't know. Maybe we need to put them on there just because of how awesome his name was. We'll take a timeout and be back.
This is Footnotes, live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Make sure you celebrate America's 250th birthday with Lafayette Stars and Stripes held on Saturday, July 4th at Park International in downtown Lafayette. There'll be kids' activities, local pop-up shops, food, vendors, musical performances by Sold Out, Rusty Matoir, Zydeco Crush, and DJ Digital with fireworks at night. This is a free family event. Make sure to mark your calendars for the Lafayette Stars and Stripes presented by Lafayette Consolidated Government, LUS, LFT Fiber, Serving Good Vibes, AVA, and Delta Media Corp.
ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is your home for the Houston Astros.
And the Astros stun the Mariners.
Hunter Brown, Yordan Alvarez, and the rest of the Astros are looking to get back to the postseason. You can listen to every pitch, hit, and thrilling victory of the Houston Astros.
Incredible!
As Robert Ford and Steve Sparks will be on the call. Tune in this season for live Astros baseball on Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
And now time for the Expert Minute, brought to you by Sugarland Exterminating.
Ever wonder why bugs seem to love your home as much as you do? One big reason? Moisture. Roaches, termites, and ants are drawn to damp areas. Check under sinks, around windows, and in attics for leaks or excess moisture. A little home maintenance goes a long way in keeping those pests out. Got unwanted guests? Call Sugarland Exterminating, 337-367-1414, or visit sugarlandexterminating.com for more information.
Sugarland Exterminating, the pest-free environment we're creating. Spiders, roaches, rats, and mice, those awful termites are not so nice. Get rid of all your pests right now. Call Sugarland Exterminating.
Termites, they're here. They're invasive. They can destroy your home if left untreated. Sugarland Exterminating has been in business for over 50 years, and they have the experience to effectively treat termites. Call 367-1414 or visit sugarlandexterminating.com.
And that has been your Expert Minute, brought to you by Sugarland Exterminating.
Tax season doesn't have to be stressful. Not with Black & Gold Tax Service in your corner. Conveniently located on Main Street in Broussard, we offer in-office appointments and virtual consultations. You can upload your documents to our secured portal, and we offer secure digital drop-offs. Members of the Better Business Bureau, we proudly serve South Louisiana and all 50 states with integrity, expertise, and personalized care. Visit blackandgoldtax.com and let Black & Gold Tax Service make taxes easy. Black & Gold Tax Service, where accuracy meets Acadiana pride.
When it comes to the best boudin cracklins in Acadiana, just follow your nose to Billy's Boudin Cracklins. You know the original stuffed pepper jack boudin balls, award-winning boudin cracklins, but you gotta sink your teeth into their variety of fresh in-smoked sausages. Stock up on the wide selection of specialty meats as well. They're available at all 4 locations of Billy's Boudin Cracklins, Opelousas, Scott, Lafayette, or the Crutch Springs location now featuring a dine-in area with great burgers and much more cooked to order. Or visit online at billysboudin.com.
It's 9 a.m. You just received a voicemail from your boss.
Hey, Janet. Heads up. We got an important meeting coming up Thursday. The big guys are coming into town, so I need you in charge of lunch, and we've got to look good.
Luckily for Janet, she knows a place, and she knows her boss will be impressed.
Honey Baked Ham can cater your next event. Delicious and freshly sliced deli trays, box lunches with sandwich, chips, and dessert. Or try our fresh salad boxes, and the perfect touch with a meat and cheese tray. Honey Baked Ham Company.
This is ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, broadcasting live from the Beal and Hebert studios in Upper Lafayette. Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers. Back to more of Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Welcome back to Footnotes. We only got a few minutes left in this first hour, and something tells me we're not going to finish this today. We might have to carry this a little bit over to Monday's show.
It is
unless we have some callers that give us some good sound, strong suggestions that we kind of go with.
It's a tough one to whittle down because there's 2 different sides of the game, and then all the different position groups that it's just tough. I mean, I could do it to where I ask you, okay, who do you think is the greatest quarterback wide receiver of all time? And you just got to give me, you give me your one out of the different groupings.
Yeah. One of the most productive, just productivity and longevity, I don't know that anybody did more. Now, I'm not talking about team success. I mean, they won a lot of games, but they didn't have postseason success. But Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates, they had a lot.
Yeah.
They played together for a long time, and they were really good for a long time.
That's a solid pick.
It's one that they were so, and again, so many of these tight ends. But then, Brady and Gronk has the titles.
And some records, too.
Yeah, they have numbers, too.
Yeah.
And so does Mahomes and Kelsey.
And they're still going.
Historically, they have titles in Mahomes and a little bit of longevity and numbers.
Yeah. You could even go Brady Edelman, for quarterback wide receiver.
It's and then yesterday someone brought up Sharp in Elway. Shannon Sharp was really good.
Yeah, he was. He was really good.
You know what I'm really also struggling with as I look over this list? So many of the ones that I kind of feel like I might need to go with are from teams I hate, like Swan and Stallworth, was a really good combination.
I kind of figured that was going to be the case.
And the Raiders. Now, I don't hate the Raiders as much as my wife does as a Bronco fan, but still in our household, the Raiders and the Cheaters, that's bad,
Yeah.
But whether it's Lester Hayes and Michael Haynes or Art Shell and Gene Upshaw or Stabler and Dave Casper, I don't know that Stabler and Casper would beat some of these other quarterback tight end ones that we mentioned. But Bolitnikoff and Cliff Branch, there were quite a few really good ones that we mentioned.
There really was. It's going to be tough because like I said, if you go by position groups, there's great tandems that could go in, and then if you just go top 10 overall across all football, there's a lot of good tandems that are going to be left out.
Oh, no question. I don't know. We've had a couple people suggested the Marks brothers, Clayton and Duper, and so they were really good.
Yeah.
Really productive those I kind of liked, so that would be a little easier to write down.
Did we say Lewis and Reed with the Ravens?
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay.
And that's one of them I'm looking at. Yes.
It's just
Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. Yeah, that's one of the ones that I'm looking at for sure. All right, 1 hour down, another hour to go. Stay tuned.
Lose weight with Alex Goen patented hypnosis.
This is Lisa Stofan. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods. I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight.
The only weight loss method in America proven useful by the U.S. Patent Office because it reprograms your subconscious. Engineered to kill cravings, emotional eating, and late-night fridge attacks. Get full on half the food so you lose the weight and you keep it off. 10 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever your goal. Only $59.99 or your money back. Weight loss seminar Saturday, July 18th at the Hilton Garden Inn Cajun Dome at 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2 p.m. Sign up at alexgoen.com. That's ALEXGOEN.com. alexgoen.com.
Delta Home Center and Delta Trailer Sales, your one-stop shop for utility and cargo trailers. Heavy-duty dump and gooseneck trailers, portable buildings, cabins, decks, porches, fences, carports, and site-built metal shops. Located at Exit 7 in Carencro or at deltatrailersales.com.
Imagine building your dream backyard pool without ever leaving your couch. With Duplessis Builders, you can go shop our in-ground gunite pool packages online, start to finish. Browse our pool designs, compare features, see exactly what's included, and choose the package that fits your style and budget. Once you purchase, our team takes over. From permit and excavation to gunite decking and final startup, you click, we build, you swim. Your backyard upgrade is just a few clicks away. Visit DuplessisBuilders.net and buy your pool online today.
Before hitting the road, get hooked up at Match Trailers on Bertrand Drive. Everything you need from truck equipment, accessories, and trailer parts, Match Trailers has it. Match Trailers, 1849 Bertrand Drive in Lafayette, or give Matt a call at 235-7534.
Live from Upper Lafayette, this is ESPN 1037 KLWB Carencro Lafayette, KLCJ-FM Oak Grove Lake Charles 1041, a Delta Media station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up!
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys! Get in here, we gotta go fast now.
The Houston Astros welcoming the Cleveland Guardians tonight for the first of a 3-game weekend set. Cleveland will go with Tanner Bybee on the mound opposite of Tetsuya Imai for the Astros. First pitch is at 7:10 tonight at Dyken Park, and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles. In the World Cup, it's another full day of matches with the United States starting off the day with Australia in group play. The U.S. and the Socceroos sit atop the Group D standings, with the U.S. holding the advantage on goal differential. Kickoff between Australia and the United States is at 2 p.m. this afternoon from Seattle. Following that, Scotland will face Morocco at 5 p.m., Brazil will play Haiti at 7:30 p.m., and Turkey and Paraguay will close out the day at 10 p.m. At Shinnecock, the U.S. Open had to suspend play due to darkness yesterday evening. All players affected by the first-round suspension will resume their rounds at 6:35 this morning, with the rest of the tee times for the day being pushed back 15 minutes. LSU baseball got a big boost yesterday when left-hander Braxton Beatty announced he would be pulling his name from the MLB draft and enrolling at LSU this summer. Perfect Game has Beatty as the number 3 overall left-handed pitcher in the 2026 class, and he'll now not be draft eligible again until after his junior season. Also for LSU baseball, sophomore center fielder Derek Curiel was named a Gold Glove recipient by the American Baseball Coaches Association. Curiel is now the 6th Tiger to receive a Gold Glove award and joins the likes of Dylan Cruz and Alex Bregman. I'm Blake Purser, and you're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you. This is ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. This is 2 hours of sports talk like none other. Footnotes with the man who speaks his own language.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Your host, Kevin Foote.
Welcome back to Footnotes. You are listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette, 1041 Lake Charles, having some fun on a Friday. Before we move on, because we got some other names to mention, one of which I was discussing off the air yesterday, but we actually didn't discuss it on the air, I don't believe. And then another name that just, I don't know, sometimes things just pop into your head. But before we do that, what is our update on our foodie poll question of the week?
Yes.
Sir?
So for the best, or which frozen treat reigns supreme? Ice cream, sherbet, popsicle, or snowball? Ice cream still in the lead. That's at 57.1. Snowball in second at 21.4. Sherbet in third at 14.3. And popsicle in last place at 7.1%.
The thing about ice cream that's unique for me is most things I don't get tired of food-wise. Like, I'll eat the same this a lot. Like, I talk about fast food and stuff. But ice cream, I can do certain ice creams for one or two times, and then it's like, okay, I need a little something different.
Yes, I know what you mean. You get tired, not tired of the flavor, but it becomes too much almost.
Like that red, white, and blue thing that we were talking about, we got one of those. It was outstanding. The blueberry part was just outstanding. If you like blueberry, you got to get it.
Okay.
But like, I like strawberry ice cream sometimes. Sometimes we do, like, I like butter pecan. Michelle hates it, so it's...
You don't get it.
Typically, I don't get it. And if I do, I eat it. You know, and then we get some sort of, you know, caramel, nuts, kind of, different versions of that.
One of those outfits.
Yeah. And so, and now we both love macadamian.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so that we like. I mean, pistachio almond, that's what I meant.
Okay. I was thinking about it.
Pistachio almond.
Pistachio. You say pistachio?
Well, pistachio, okay. It's green.
Yes. It kind of looks like mint chocolate chip.
That's a big color for us. We like green.
You're wearing green right now.
And then it tastes good.
Makes you feel healthy. It's almost like a salad because it's green.
So I really, really like that one.
That's a good guess. Or a good choice.
But snow cones, now the difference, to be fair, I don't get nearly as many snow cones as I do ice cream. So that, I guess that plays into some of it. All right. So one of the ones that was mentioned that we talked about that was tweeted out to me, and it would have been a really good one. Like, the first one that I gave was my favorite, having to do with the Saints. And in my mind, my favorite Saints 1-2 punch was Muncie and Galver, because Tony Galver is my favorite Saint player ever, still is, will always be. I'm more of a team guy than an individual guy, but yeah. And then obviously, and we haven't talked about it yet, they put Superman, Mark Ingram, into the Hall of Fame, and with Teron Armstead. And so those are two very different Saints players for me. We can talk about that. But the other one that shoulda, woulda, coulda been great is Reuben Mays and Dalton Hilliard. And Reuben Mays tore his Achilles after his great rookie season, where he had kind of outshined Dalton a little bit. They both got drafted the same time. That was Moore's first season. And Reuben had the great rookie year, and then the next year he tears his Achilles, and he was never the same again. And then Dalton, 3 years later, in '89, had a great individual season. But I mean, that they weren't together like I think they envisioned for years when they drafted him. So that woulda, shoulda, coulda been one. One other one before we get to the ESPN hotline. One other one that I came across my mind just thinking back, and was about as pretty a group. When you talk about just two guys that just looked apart, were Willie Lanier, the ultimate middle linebacker, stud-looking player, and Bobby Bell, who was just huge, played linebacker. So the Chiefs of the late 60s, early 70s, Bobby Bell and Willie Lanier, man, that was a 1-2 punch defensively. And they just looked apart as much as any linebacker duo. Like, Mike Singletary was a great player, but he didn't look the part. This cat, Willie Lanier, looked the part, and Bobby Bell even more. I mean, Bobby Bell was huge. So that was a great-looking combo. All right, let's head out to the ESPN hotline. Hello.
Hey, Kevin. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't hear all of y'all submissions in for these duos, but I'm sure y'all probably got the ones from the Steelers.
Well,
Bradshaw and Swan.
Well, we did Swan Stallworth, and then, like Franco Harris and Rocky Blyer.
And Blyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You could almost. Yeah. I know they have to be at the same position, but
they don't. But they don't like we've mentioned Ed Reed and Ray Lewis.
Okay. I was getting ready to give you that one because Ed Reed played like a linebacker most of the time anyway.
Yes.
So.
I think the concept is 1-2 punch, and I think for the Ravens defense, they were a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, I mean they played like 8 people on the field, them two.
Yes.
So, but anyway, okay, all right. I was just checking with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Kev.
Good
All
hearing
right,
from
good
you.
day.
Thanks.
Okay.
I knew he's a Ravens fan. Good caller. I love when Kyle calls. No, I think we're in trouble. But that's okay. Part of it is to relive stuff, to learn stuff, and if we're in trouble with the top 10, I mean that's down. That's third or fourth or fifth on the priority list.
Yeah, I mean it's
not necessarily about because it's all subjective anyway.
That is true. Yeah. It's going to be almost impossible.
It's like really because like even Breeze and Graham, while we're like for 3 or 4 years, like they were the best combination in the NFL.
Yeah, it all depends on what metrics you use. Is it longevity? Is it titles? Is it pure stats? What are all of the measuring sticks? And
I think there's a certain amount of. I don't know. Like I say, I have a little bit of nonconformity in me. So, like, I don't like if you did this nationally, the first thing on the list would probably be Mahomes, Kelsey. And I'm not dismissing Mahomes and Kelsey, but I don't want to just do the high profile.
Yes, I know. Yeah, now with the hot topic right now.
Yeah,
I say we just do it as I ask you. Who's your favorite of each group?
Seriously, we. And I didn't even just stumbling across Nagurski and Red Grange. We might have to put that on there just because it's cool.
All right, I'm good with that. So we need 9 more. Got 9 more, but I'm good with that one. So start whittling away.
This is gonna be interesting. All right, so but I was thinking when we get back Monday. Well, the World Cup will never end, but
it takes a while.
By the way, when do the Americans play again? I know you're
today.
A big World Cup guy, and I'm not, but this is getting like football.
They play today at 2.
They never play.
They play today at 2, and then the next one is Thursday
2
at
weeks from now?
No, it's this upcoming Thursday at 9 p.m., which I don't know why. If they wanted to have them play a late game, they wouldn't do the 9 p.m. one on a Friday night and the Thursday be the 2 p.m. But
are they supposed to win
today? I think they should. A lot of people do. It's going to be a tough game.
Is it going to be an upset if they win?
No.
When's the first time do they play? Do you think it'll be in the next round where they play somewhere where if they win, it's an upset?
Yeah, the round of because it's a bigger tournament this year. So normally you have 32 teams. This year you have 48. So there's a lot more teams. That's also why you're seeing it take so long to play all these group stage games. Now, they've also added another round because it used to go from 32 teams to 16. But now there's a round of 32 where it used to just start at the round of 16 after the group play games. So in that, you'll get probably some lesser teams if you win the group. If you come out first, you're going to play a team that probably came out third. So with that in mind, that next round, if you win, probably won't be that difficult of a win or, that much of an upset. The round of 16, that's where you would start getting to, okay, this is, they probably shouldn't have won that game.
But besides that, if there's a sweep in the College World Series championship series, and that will be over when we come back Monday.
Yeah. It's, we're getting to the I mean, obviously the World Cup's going to go all summer, but the dog days for all the big sports in America.
And if he doesn't get out of the first inning, the Imai experiment might be over too.
Yeah.
He better get out of the first inning.
At least, they're at home.
His cat.
They're at home, so that might help him.
His cat can't get out of the first inning.
It's going to be
with a 9-run lead.
It's going to be fun to see how you react to his. I hope it's a good performance for, your health.
At least just. I mean, you're in the major leagues. Act like at least a major league pitcher. Like, you don't have to be a good major league pitcher, but, I mean, you know how bad you got to be when you get 9 runs in the top of the first and you can't make it out of the first inning? Seriously, that might have been the worst start in the history of Major League Baseball. The history of Major League Baseball. I'm sure there's a worse. How do you get a worse start than that?
First pitch.
Like, sometimes you get lit, yes. But how do you get where your team gives you 9 runs and you can't get out of the first inning? Him giving up 5 runs was worse than the Royals starting pitcher giving up 9. Because when you're presented that gift, how can you botch it that bad?
Yeah,
I mean, that's a gift.
That is as you snatched a defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, I'm trying to see if
might have been the worst start in Major League history.
I'm sure there's. I feel like I remember a story of like a dude getting struck by lightning in his start. I feel like that might go ahead of the worst start.
Well, the strike lightning dude, he was a center fielder, I think.
He was? Okay.
Yeah, I think the guy that was struck by lightning was a center fielder, if I remember correctly. Or maybe I'm confusing the story that Galen. I might be confusing the story that Galen White, our friend who wrote the book on Coach Cook, an old Crowley Miller from the old Evangeline League days got struck by lightning. Maybe I'm confusing that.
I feel like I've heard both of these stories.
Yes.
I mean, if that happened to me, I would say I probably had a worse outing.
Worse outing than Imai. Imai, his hairdo looks like he got struck by lightning. All right, we'll take that guy. He better not choke again tonight. I don't know why I'm feeling good about this series matchup because Imai is starting game 1.
Yeah, I love your stress, but they did have an MLB pitcher get struck by lightning.
Oh, so he was a pitcher. I'm confusing it with the Evangeline.
It was Caldwell. Was it Ray Caldwell? Yeah, Ray Caldwell. And Caldwell was struck by lightning while playing for the Cleveland Indians at the time against the Athletics 1919. Despite being knocked unconscious, he refused to leave the game, having pitched 8 2/3 innings, and went on to record the final out for the win. He got struck by lightning and finished the game.
Incredible.
And it was a no-hitter.
And Imai can't get out of the first inning after giving 9.
Yeah, guys just don't want it bad enough anymore.
It was the worst start in Major League Baseball history. We'll take a timeout and be back.
This is Footnotes, live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. From Tiger Stadium to the Texas state line, ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is your home for live and local sports talk in Southwest Louisiana. We're your official home for the LSU Tigers and Houston Astros. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles also tackles the latest involving the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, McNeese Cowboys, and New Orleans Saints. So keep it locked right here. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices.
To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
Every weeknight, MeTV has your laugh therapy.
To chase away the blues or the olive drabs.
With 2 hours of MASH at 5.
This guy's ankle has tickled my funny bone.
Followed by the Andy Griffith Show at 7.
Doggone it, Otis. You're supposed to be hugging me when I'm arresting you.
But he likes you, Bart.
Weeknights on MeTV.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
What is dementia? Is it the same as Alzheimer's? What is vascular dementia, Lewy body, FTD, TBI, and CTE? If someone has memory loss, does that mean they have dementia? Millions of Americans ask these questions every day. I did too, and I learned. My wife Ginny developed dementia. I didn't know what to do or what was coming next. I'm Kevin Jameson, volunteer and president of the Dementia Society of America. I'm excited to offer you a free guide to understanding dementia. It's filled with facts about dementia, care planning, how doctors can help, and ways to keep your brain as healthy as possible. The Dementia Society of America is a national nonprofit, and we're ready to answer your questions. You want to live life to the fullest. I know that. Ginny did too, and I'm confident that we can help. Get your copy of the guide. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. Thank you.
We are Lions International, the world's largest service organization. We are volunteers committed to strengthening our communities and supporting those in need, one act of kindness at a time. For more than a century, Lions have been serving a world in need, right here in our community and around the world. Lions International makes the impossible possible. This is your invitation to join us, because the only thing missing from our mission to make a difference is you. Visit lionsclubs.org to find a local Lions Club near you.
You're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, your home for the best local sports talk in Southwest Louisiana.
All righty, welcome back to Footnotes. Could take a little bit of a timeout from our stalemate on our Footnotes summer project. Talk to an old friend, I was real skinny the last time I said this. The new head coach at Abbeville High School, Brent Indes. How are you, Coach?
Doing very well, and yes, you were very skinny.
Well, how's it going? I mean, I see all this stuff online. I mean, you're like this online genius now, and all of the this stuff going on. Hiring staff, and I mean, it's got to be an exciting time for you.
It is. Sometimes just right place, right time for things, and Abbeville High. It's seen its better days, but I really think I'm coming in on a great transition. I feel like the administration, who's brand new, I say brand new, that this past year was their first year that they've got the school going in the right direction. And it's a good time to come in and try to get, not only football, but the entire athletic department, all rowing in the same direction and doing good things. So
how would you even compare where the school was when you first took over? You were an assistant there, so you already kind of knew. It wasn't like you were coming into a new situation. How different are the challenges now?
It's a completely different situation. Vermilion Parish, just like most parishes, due to and I really think it's mostly due to the charter schools, but also due to private schools. You can basically go to school where you want now in Vermilion Parish. A lot of these parishes like to tell you that, there's zones. They're not. All the kids got to do is just write a letter and say, this is why I need to go to this school, and they can go. So Abbeville High is much more of a minority-driven school now. It's a lot smaller. I would say it's at least 300 students smaller than it was my first go-around. Yes, there are challenges, but still, I think it's a great situation to try to really go into not only a school but a community and really make a difference.
The truth is, though, it wasn't all that long ago. They were like in the state quarterfinals, so it's not like you're taking over, like back in the 80s when we were in high school, like Gaydon, they lost, it seemed like they lost every game for 5 years in a row kind of thing. And so how ready from a football standpoint do you think you were?
Well, the good news is yes, the current rising seniors, they were at least as freshmen a part of a successful program. The bad news is that everyone else, without getting deep into it, the last 2 years have been really chaotic. Is the nicest way that I can put it. From us, and it just is what it is. So, the players have not been held accountable at all, especially in football. As far as being made to come to workouts with consequences, being forced to come to practice with consequences. That is something that can get out of hand very quickly. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it fell apart in one day.
Right.
It's really easy for a program to fall to the wayside when kids aren't being held accountable. So that's my biggest challenge moving forward and I'm already dealing with a couple of players that probably won't be with us in August because they're not towing the line during the summer. But I always say you got to be willing to lose a game or two before you allow players to dictate how things are going to go. So we're going to get that straight. We're going to make these kids understand that what's expected and that they will be held accountable. And I think good things will happen as a result of that.
Again, we're speaking with new Abbeville High head football coach, Brent Indes. So, seems like part of your strategy is you're trying to get people from the previous regimes back or keep the connections there, some connections from the past to now?
Well, actually, it's former players of mine. So I've got, I believe, 6 guys, and 5 of them have all played for me, 4 of them at Abbeville High. So, just to really quick go over to my defensive coordinator will be Jonah Broussard, who played for me at Catholic High. He was an offensive lineman on the 2014 Superdome team where we lost to Calvary. Then we've got Jared Duyon, who for years, who's an Abbeville High graduate, played for me at Abbeville on one of our better teams in 2002. He has been an offensive line coach for Coach Lote for many years at Kaplan, and most recently was at North Vermilion. Traven Moore, who's a former free safety of mine, who he had been on the previous staff. He's the only holdover that's coming back, and Traven's he's the president of the Vermilion Chamber of Commerce, and on the he's in the sheriff's office. I've got Lamondon Williams, who's going to be working on campus, and he's a former guard that played for me again around that 2002 era. I've got Seth Johnson, who's not a former player, and I think I hit everybody. I hope I didn't forget anyone. But yeah, I've got all those guys, and it's exciting because they get me. I can. I know how I can be, and I'm really loud, sometimes abrasive, and those guys have all played for me. Some of them have worked for me, and so they get the whole deal, and they get that not only players are going to be held accountable, coaches are going to be held accountable, and I'm going to coach those kids the same way I coached their daddies and their uncles and their cousins. We're going to coach them hard and get them ready to play.
But that group is going to help the players adjust more than anything, right? Because they know what you're... Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. These guys, like I said, they get it. And what's good is that these kids are going home and they're being told by their parents, trusting what Coach Indes is doing. Because there's not many families during my 12 years, the last 8 as head coach in Abbeville, that I wasn't able to touch in some way, with coaching somebody or being involved with somebody in that family. So it's been cool. It's been a homecoming. Every day I run into somebody, whether it's a former player, a former cheerleader, just something. Whether I'm getting medicine at the grocery store or doing whatever. It's been fun.
All right, last year they actually had a few surprising successes in games. They had some receivers that put up some pretty good numbers. So, is any of that going to transfer, or are you starting from scratch in terms of scheme and talent-wise and production-wise?
Well, scheme-wise, so 2 years ago at Lakeshore, we went to the gun tee, which is more of it's a hybrid wing tee, but it's in the shotgun. It's kind of partially spreadish, but it's still the core beliefs of the wing tee, and some things will carry over. Being that I really don't have a pure quarterback on the team, the best receiver, Jacoby Campbell, who's recently been offered by LSU, he'll be my quarterback. We've got a really good receiver out there in Chasen Gray, who's been offered by a couple of JUCOs, and we've got some big offensive linemen. Our biggest problem, like I've told people at Lakeshore, in 4 years, the most talented kid I had got to play at Louisiana Christian. I've got 5 kids on this team that are better players than that kid was. But the problem is that at Lakeshore, we carried 70 guys on the varsity roster, and that's not including freshmen. Whereas right now we're going to carry about 42, and that's including freshmen. So that's a challenge all in itself.
Absolutely, man. There's so many coaching changes this year. Like, have you even gotten to, man, who's in my district and what is this challenge going to look like?
Yeah, it's going to be different. New guy at St. Martinville who I really don't know anything about. Now, I do know the new coach at Kaplan real well, and his name's escaping me for a second.
Yeah, Vinny.
Benny.
Yeah.
So, I'm having I know him really well. He's a triple option guy. And, of course, I know what ERAF's been doing. They're a big RPO team and kind of the cream of the crop in Vermilion parishes of late. And so, know a little bit about them. I won't lie to you. I would like somebody to research if there's ever been a team that's won 3 games in 2 years, as Abbeville has, play a tougher schedule than we're going to play next year. I mean, it's like whoever did the scheduling, just whoever called him, he said yes. There's a lot of common denominators with struggling programs, and that's one of them. That's somebody that'll just say yes to whoever calls. So, hey, Louis Cook called. Yeah, we'll play. Yeah, Terry Martin called. Yeah, we'll play. Yeah, the coach from Marksville called with the best quarterback in Central Louisiana. Yeah, we'll play.
Okay, so tell me your first 5 games. So what are your first 5 games?
Wins.
What are your first 5 games then?
So we go Welsh, who was 7-3 last year and has 16 returning starters. Then we go Marksville, who went 8-2 last year, and like I said, has one of the top quarterbacks in the state. Then we go Arca, that's completely redone their roster with the Como kids, namely being the Celestine kid, and also got a receiver from Carr. Then we go Menard, and then we go Terry Martin at Loreauville, Louis Cook at Notre Dame, and then we've got Livingston Collegiate before district.
Man, so well, I
got one say so in that schedule. That was the Livingston Collegiate. Everything else was signed, sealed, and delivered before I got there. And again, it's like it's a head scratcher, but we'll figure it out.
So I'm guessing this move back to your home base area is about football, but off the field and the family part of it all was a huge part of it. So I'm sure you're enjoying that part.
Absolutely. Got a grandbaby that, and my daughter's still in Baton Rouge, but they're going to be moving back this way sooner than later. And it was just time. Vermilion Parish, that there was just a situation that I worked out that it really worked well for me financially, and so it just really made sense at the time to make the move, and really left excited the way we left Lakeshore. The guy that I hired, Hunter Bonvillain, who's a South Louisiana guy, when I brought him in, I told him, I said, look, I'm probably not going to be here longer than 4 or 5 years. And I'm going to groom you as the next head coach. And that worked out exactly as we planned. So I'm happy for Hunter and his family. And I didn't grab any of the staff. They're all staying with Hunter. So I'm proud of that. And so it's all worked out really well.
All right. So, obviously, since the last time you were at Abbeville, the whole landscape, so much has changed in the LHSA and how high school sports work, and we touched on a little bit of that. Are you able at this point in your career to say, I don't know if I could coach 20 more years or something because I don't know who knows what the landscape is going to be. But are you able to just worry about you and your kids and not worry about things you don't like? Or is it a constant struggle how different things are and how you kind of wish some things were like they used to be?
No, it's the latter, what you said. I just really focus on what I can control. That's always been kind of the way I've done things. I remember at Catholic High when my first year at Catholic High was the split.
Yeah.
And all the assistants just kept saying, what about what? And one day I just lost it in a meeting. And I said, if I hear one more thing about the split, I said, I swear to God, I'm going to start firing people. I said, they're going to tell us who we got to play, and we're going to play them. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to control what we can control and move forward. And that's the way I've been. And that's the way I'm going to continue to be. And honestly, Kevin, I took my little 2-year hiatus, and all it did was just let me know that all I really know and want to do is coach football. And so I'm going to do that as long as I'm healthy. I remember I was talking to Coach Wag's wife the other day. She was part of our house closing, Monique, who's just a wonderful human being. You know who I'm talking about, Coach Wag?
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
And we were discussing that, and she just told me. He said, baby, I'll know when I know it's time. I'll know, and all I know right now is not near time. I got to get up in the morning with a purpose, and we'll see how long that lasts. I'm relatively healthy for my age, and God willing, I'll be able to do this for a bit longer.
All right. Well, I just wanted to catch up with you. I appreciate you coming on, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of things I miss from my early days and the first few decades of covering high school sports. And talking to Coach Wag at night was one of them because the things that man would say sometimes is just incredible. We had some treasures.
To give you a great Wag quote. The keys to winning football at Cecilia are special education and summer school. He was a jewel, no question. He was the best. Yes,
I appreciate it. And all right, now I've been a little frustrated lately because I get older. We got to make sure we're going to get reports from Abbeville High School statistics on Friday night. Are we good with that?
Absolutely. We are on top of it.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
You got it.
Take care. Brent Indes, again, he was we didn't go to high school together. I went to Acadiana, went to Catholic High, but we were in UL together. I don't even remember if we had any classes, but I have the memory. The day that the space shuttle exploded, me and Brent were on the same bus.
Wow.
I don't know why I remember this. They used to shuttle the bus from campus to Cajun Field.
They still do that.
Yeah. And but no, and then I covered him all the years when I think our first kind of as a coach, he student taught at Carencro at the very beginning of the Mac Barus, where they really started playing really good football at Carencro, and then covered him all the years at Abbeville and Kaplan and back at Carencro and all of that. So known him for decades and love talking to him. And it's good to see some of the old school coach coming back. And look, not a lot of coaches. I understand the financial thing he talked about, with retirement and all, but not a lot of coaches would go back to a school they had success that in a lot of ways people would say it's not a good job. But for him, I would not be surprised at all if he makes it work. We'll take a timeout and be back.
This is Footnotes, live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up.
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we got to go fast now.
The Houston Astros welcoming the Cleveland Guardians tonight for the first of a 3-game weekend set. Cleveland will go with Tanner Bybee on the mound opposite of Tetsuya Imai for the Astros. First pitch is at 7:10 tonight at Dyken Park, and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles. In the World Cup, it's another full day of matches with the United States starting off the day with Australia in group play. The U.S. and the Socceroos sit atop the Group D standings, with the U.S. holding the advantage on goal differential. Kickoff between Australia and the United States is at 2 p.m. this afternoon from Seattle. Following that, Scotland will face Morocco at 5 p.m., Brazil will play Haiti at 7:30 p.m., and Turkey and Paraguay will close out the day at 10 p.m. At Shinnecock, the U.S. Open had to suspend play due to darkness yesterday evening. All players affected by the first-round suspension will resume their rounds at 6:35 this morning, with the rest of the tee times for the day being pushed back 15 minutes. LSU baseball got a big boost yesterday when left-hander Braxton Beatty announced he would be pulling his name from the MLB draft and enrolling at LSU this summer. Perfect Game has Beatty as the number 3 overall left-handed pitcher in the 2026 class, and he'll now not be draft eligible again until after his junior season. Also for LSU baseball, sophomore center fielder Derek Curiel was named a Gold Glove recipient by the American Baseball Coaches Association. Curiel is now the 6th Tiger to receive a Gold Glove award and joins the likes of Dylan Cruz and Alex Bregman. I'm Blake Persher, and you're listening to ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is the proud winner of 4 2026 LAB Prestige Awards, including Best Use of Digital Media, Foot's Friday Fury, Best Live On-Site Remote for our Super Bowl Radio Row coverage, Best Promotion for our No Shave November initiative, and Radio Young Professional of the Year for Dawson Iserloh. We're proud of being Southwest Louisiana's sports station and are humbled to be recognized by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters.
Lafayette Stars and Stripes is back and bigger than ever as America celebrates its 250th anniversary. Join us Saturday, July 4th at Park International in downtown Lafayette for a night of patriotic fun. Gates open at 5 p.m. with live music by Sold Out and Rusty Matwire and the Zydeco Crush, along with delicious food trucks, family activities, local vendors, and plenty of surprises. Then look to the sky for a spectacular fireworks finale at 9:30 p.m. Free admission presented by Lafayette Utility System, LFT Fiber, and Delta Media.
Let's try something new, like not overloading your outlets. Up next, from Mr. Electric. You know that power strip and your extension cord? They are not a permanent lifestyle choice. You don't have to be afraid to get rid of them if they're damaged. And keep water far away from electricity. And if something sparks, buzzes, or smells like regret, call a professional. Because saving a few bucks is not worth turning your living room into a campfire. Home electrical safety. It's not shocking, unless you ignore it.
If you would like to learn more, visit MrElectric.com.
You're looking for not only a good electrician, but one you can trust. Here's Sean Dorey with Mr. Electric.
Yeah, I love what I do. I love serving our community. It's a pleasure, it really is. Our reviews speak for the passion that I have. You know, we want to do good business. We want to be someone that you can trust to come in to your home.
Call Mr. Electric today or see us on Facebook.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard, aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Do you know a veteran in need? Nation's Finest, through the VA's Supportive Services for Veteran Families program, helps veterans and their families struggling with rent, employment, and other housing-related costs. Today, Nation's Finest operates more than 30 locations in California, Arizona, and Nevada, helping thousands of veterans every year. Visit nationsfinest.org or call 1-833-468-9676. That's 1-833-468-9676.
You're listening to ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, your home for the best local sports talk in Southwest Louisiana.
Welcome back to Footnotes. Appreciate Britt Indes coming on. Always good catching up with him. We'll try to get more high school football coaches on between now and the start of football season just to kind of get us ready for the fall. And, you know, obviously I'm not a coach, but there was a point in time where I fought the fight about the split, and then I just said, you know what? It doesn't do any good to fight it anymore. You just have to go with it.
You got to go with it, and nothing you could do.
And I hope it ends one day. I always said once it happened that I thought it would never go back ever, but I think there's a little bit of sentiment. I don't think it's going back, but I think I have a shred of hope compared to what I thought, 15 years ago and 10 years ago. So.
I don't even understand the split anymore because it's like it is split, but it's not split. Some teams have choices, right, and some don't on what the select, non-select.
I will never, ever get past Barb is in the public school bracket and Northside is in the private school bracket. Like, we can talk about everything that we talk about. Oh, I will never get past that. And I don't mean to say anything negative about Barb, but it's just an example.
Yeah. It just,
like folks, Northside High is in the private school select bracket.
Makes little to no sense. It took something that was so simple and just were like, let's complicate it as much as possible.
Stop. All right. So, we were talking about what could have been with Ruben May, but with Ruben Mays and Dalton Hilliard on back to our Footnotes Summer Project. But can you imagine if Casper managed the game better and took his best wide receiver off the game in the final drive when you're running out the clock off the field out of the game when the Saints were crushing the Yucks yet again, and Michael Thomas didn't get hurt? Because he already had, 3 or 4 unbelievable years with Drew Brees. But, let's say those final couple years he would have played.
Okay.
Like, him and Brees, we talking about Brees and Jimmy Graham. But, Brees and Michael Thomas would have been incredible.
Yeah, that would have been a fantastic pairing.
Even more. Now, the truth of the matter is he wouldn't have been with Michael with Brees. Brees would have retired. But it still ruined at least 1 year. But no, it's that was a pretty good one too. What could have been, although, like you said, Brees was a little older by then. But still, it'd have been a really good combination. I don't know. Somebody might still say it's better combination than Brees and Jimmy Graham were. But, all right, so for the ones that we have here, I'm going to mention a couple, and you tell me if you have any beef with it.
Okay.
Swan and Stallworth. That's before your time.
Yeah, that's before my
But they were
time.
the 2 wide receivers for the Steelers during the when they won 4 Super Bowls. I'm not saying it's a lock.
I don't have a problem with them. It's just, my knowledge.
Before your time.
Yeah.
I got you. I certainly never rooted for them. Well, I did against the Vikings in that Super Bowl at Tulane Stadium. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, we've had mentioned at least 4 or 5 times.
It's got to be up there. Got to be on the list.
Another one that's been mentioned a lot by multiple people is the Marks brothers, Mark Duper and Mark Clayton, a wide receiver with Marino in the because they put up fabulous numbers for a while with Miami.
It's tough to go against them, so I'm going to say yeah.
Brady and Gronk we talked about. Rivers and Gates we've talked about. Chris Carter and Randy Moss was a great wide receiver.
It really was.
Both Hall of Famers.
It's just there's too many. There's too many.
Too many wide receiver groups?
Too many good groups. That
Yes.
It's like, you forget, and then you say another one, and you're like, oh, how do you not have them?
Mahomes and Kelsey.
No.
Haynes and Lester Hayes, again, before your time. They were both kind of Hall of Fame cornerbacks. And,
we need a cornerback pairing.
Well-known cornerback duo.
Yeah, we need a cornerback duo.
So even though I hate the Raiders, I'll say them.
Okay.
Because, we talked about Hanford Dixon and Menifeld, but not a lot of people know them.
Yeah.
Outside of the state of Ohio. Some people talked about Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson. I have to go back, how much did they actually play together? I'd have to go back and look at how much because it seemed like one or the other one was always hurt.
Yeah.
I just don't know if talent-wise, again, Bo Jackson's one of the great
He's one of the greatest
ever.
Greatest athletes of all time.
Someone just suggested just do 20 instead of 10 for this one.
You could do that and come back Monday with the full 20 and then start.
We might have to
start the next summer project.
Because
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
And there's, like I said, there's so many different groups and things you can go into and, metrics to use. It's not like, baseball when you got 2 starting pitchers,
Yeah, or double play combinations.
Yeah, or a backcourt.
There were options there too, but I don't know. I just think baseball was a little more top heavy. Like this one's just a lot. There's like that. There's a couple, and then there's just everyone else kind of looks the same because they were all good.
Yeah, and how do you measure a quarterback wide receiver duo compared to 2 cornerbacks or quarterback or 2 wide receivers?
Anyway, it's been fun, and that's the whole point of it. And there's too many Steelers, Raiders, Redskin nominations, but
I know that drives you nuts.
Yeah, and cheaters.
And cheaters.
It's all part of it. We'll take a timeout and be back.
This is Footnotes, live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Here at ESPN 103.7 Lafayette, 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. We know you can't get enough sports in your life, so go subscribe to our YouTube channel, ESPN Southwest Louisiana. Turn that bell on so you can get notifications. We post our new content like popular podcast for tire chains, cleats and sneaks, and Foot's Friday Fury. And now you can stream all of our local shows on our YouTube channel. So go out and subscribe to ESPN Southwest Louisiana's channel on YouTube.
ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is your home for the Houston Astros.
And the Astros stun the Mariners.
Hunter Brown, Yordan Alvarez, and the rest of the Astros are looking to get back to the postseason. You can listen to every pitch, hit, and thrilling victory of the Houston Astros.
Incredible!
As Robert Ford and Steve Sparks will be on the call. Tune in this season for live Astros baseball on Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Acadiana Legal Services Corporation provides free access to legal services. Their work spans across Louisiana. They're committed to helping eligible individuals navigate legal challenges from family law to public benefits. Their team delivers reliable, high-quality representation. Acadiana Legal Services provides comprehensive benefits and a supportive work environment. Join a team that makes a difference in the lives of people. Apply today at la-law.org/careers or careers@la-law.org.
MeTV is America's #1 classic entertainment television network. And here's one of the reasons everybody loves MeTV.
Oh, it's a classic.
The great comedy lineup on weeknights.
This will be fun. Come on.
With MASH.
Loaded with snappy comebacks.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I was just funning with Barney.
And Everybody Loves Raymond.
Now we got a show.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on Channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
It's 9 a.m. You just received a voicemail from your boss.
Hey, Janet. Heads up. We got an important meeting coming up Thursday. The big guys are coming into town, so I need you in charge of lunch, and we've got to look good.
Luckily for Janet, she knows a place, and she knows her boss will be impressed.
Honey Baked Ham can cater your next event. Delicious and freshly sliced deli trays, box lunches with sandwich, chips, and dessert. Or try our fresh salad boxes and the perfect touch with a meat and cheese tray. Honey Baked Ham Company.
Looking for a spotless workplace?
Variety Janitorial Services is your go-to. For office cleaning to stripping and floor waxing and carpet cleaning, your commercial space will look its best. Their reputation for perfection has grown throughout the entire Acadiana community. They deliver top-notch service with a commitment to excellence. Daily, weekly, or deep cleaning, trust the experts. Visit varietyjan.com today or call 337-298-8704 for a free quote. Variety Janitorial Services. We clean, you shine.
Helping you get through your workday. This is ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Welcome back to Footnotes. All right. So we've had a good Friday show, lots of good final day, a good foodie poll question of the week, a lot of conversation to try to wrap up our NFL week of 1-2 punches on our Footnotes summer project. Before we leave, we'll try to give you an update from the U.S. Open, what's going on there. But it is now, Xander Schauffele, I just looked at it. 4 under on the day. Clark, by the way, is 7 under, 1 under on the day through 13. Xander Schauffele is 4 under on the day. He is now in sole possession of second place, 4 shots behind. Clark, Stevens is so there were a lot of ties in that second and third spot earlier, but things have changed. And Stevens is by himself 2 under, Schauffele 3 under, and Clark still in first place on this Friday late morning. It's almost noon in New York. At 7 under. So there's their update. Now it's time for our weekly Astros quiz.
Yeah, we need to come up with an official name for this that has a nice ring to it, you know. But your random Astros player today is Ray Montgomery.
Ray Montgomery, kind of a tall center fielder. He came up, I don't know, when would he have played? Seemed like about 10 years ago, maybe. No, further back than that.
Further back.
He came up. He didn't play long. I want to say he wore number 20-something.
21.
And he was just a tall, slender outfielder. Didn't play for that long a time. Didn't have a lot of pop or anything. He had a few good games. But I do remember him. He was just an outfielder that came, and he wasn't great, but he didn't play in a good era. That was right before the Astros got pretty good.
Well, he played from 1996 to 1998. So he had
then I'm wrong then.
So you're thinking of somebody else. He was a center fielder. He did
I remember him, but I thought he played it after. I thought he played in that awful era. He played in the 90s?
Late 90s, yeah. 96 to 98. And did not play a ton. He only played in 47 games for the Astros.
Wow, I definitely remember his name, and he was, how tall was he?
He was 6'3".
Yeah, I remember being a tall, slender guy, but I mixed the eras up. Like, I thought he played, I didn't think he played that long ago. Wow.
Yeah, so he played from 96 to 97. His stats, he was a career 240 hitter.
Yeah, he didn't do much.
14 runs, 8 RBI. He had the most games he ever played in a season was 29. That was 1997 when he hit 235. Now, I will say, the 98 season, while he only had 5 at-bats, he was batting 400. And he was picked up in free agency by the Pirates, never played another game.
Yeah, I don't know how he got – I can't believe I missed his era I don't even know how he got those at-bats. I mean, that was like the Steve Finley era. In center field. Again, I remember him about it, what his number was and what he looked like. But I'm surprised that I got his era that wrong.
He also wore the number 39. So in 2 seasons, he wore 21 and 39.
No, I remember him. That is shocking that I was that far off of when he played. I thought he was in that era between the Carlos Lee era and the era that we're in now, but he was playing long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was drafted by the Astros in the 13th round of the 1990 MLB amateur draft. He played at Fordham University in New York, and he is originally from Bronxville, New York.
Well, he has not been remembered by many Astro fans.
No.
For sure.
He does have a home run, though. He does have one home run.
I remember him, and look, I remember guys from the 70s, but it just didn't seem that long ago that he played. But it's tougher getting old than you think.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite some time
that is
ago.
shocking that I missed on that, but I definitely remember him. And the 39 makes sense, the 21, all that makes sense, yeah. But the era did not make sense in my little mind.
Yeah, that's like the furthest off I think you've been about an era while still knowing who the player is.
Was.
Yeah,
that's bad. But again, I did remember him, but I totally forgot when he played. By the way, oh man, please help Imai to throw some strikes tonight, please.
I'm not an Astros fan, but I'll do it for you.
Know.
I'll try to conjure something up.
Okay, y'all have a good weekend.
Ozempic, Wegovy, GLP-1s, every day one thought haunts you. What if I stop? A 2026 British Medical Journal study says you're going to gain every pound back. So what now? Well, there's an answer. Alex Goen patented hypnosis. The Journal of the American Medical Association says adding behavior therapy to GLP-1s produces 3 times the results than GLP-1s alone. And hypnosis is behavior therapy concentrated. Alex Goen Hypnosis is the only U.S. patented hypnosis proven useful by the U.S. Patent